Hi, I'm Joe Saunders of Miniature Landscape Hobbies, and in this episode, we're going to look at a way to build trees that's quick, easy, and cheap. Trees are one of those things that all people who build in miniature need. And there are a lot of solutions, ranging from store-bought to homemade. But one thing pretty much remains universal for modelers. When you need trees, you usually need a lot of them. So unless you have an unlimited budget to buy pre-made ones, you will need an economical solution. And if you're like me, you'd like to spend your hard-earned cash on more models instead of boring trees, especially if those models are tanks. Also, because you'll need a whole forest of trees, you probably don't want to use up all of your time building trees from more complex methods, such as those that use wire armatures. Again, more time to paint those tanks. Over the years, I've come up with a method for producing trees that I think has a good balance of speed, cost effectiveness, and has a decent appearance. Now, don't get me wrong, these trees made this way will not win any awards, and probably aren't suitable as a centerpiece for a diorama, but as an addition to your terrain or a secondary feature of a display, they work just great. We start with some bamboo skewers, the kind you buy at the dollar store for a couple bucks. It'll give you a package of 50 or 100. Then, taking your sprue cutters, you cut the skewer to the length you want. Remember to leave some that is below the line of the ground. Then, with your craft knife, preferably with a new sharp blade, cut longitudinally down the top roughly third of the section you've cut. You can cut into it, usually into quarters to start, so you have 4 good stalks sticking out the top. Then, using your fingers, just grab those stalks and bend them out gently. Bend them outwards at an angle, maybe 45 degrees, and then go up partially up the length of that stalk and bend the tops so they're oriented more or less straight up to the trunk of the tree. Now you can continue taking your knife and going to the top of each branch, continue to subdivide them into smaller and smaller pieces, peeling them away to try to create smaller branches and twigs. At this point you'll have an armature for your tree, but it'll be fairly fragile. So I take Mod Podge with a couple dots of black paint in it and just go ahead and give the tree a couple coats. Once this is dried, it will add a lot of structure and durability to the tree itself. When the Mod Podge is dry, then I go ahead and paint the trunk of the tree. I start with olive drab in my airbrush and spray the whole tree down. Give it a couple coats. Remember that acrylic paint also has some adhesive properties, so it will also help strengthen the tree. Then after that's been applied and dried, I take some light gull gray and give it a light once over dry brushing, just to bring out some of the highlights on the surface of the tree. When the paint is dry, I take some hot glue and put some dabs onto the upper branches of the tree. Then taking some model lichens, I go and attach them with the glue. I move them around by hand until I have them positioned the way I like, and then after they're stuck down, I remove any of the stray strands of glue with my fingers, or if necessary, tweezers. If you don't like the color of your lichens, you can go back and repaint it. In this case, I use my airbrush and I spray the tops of the trees with some olive green, and then do a quick highlight with some earth yellow. Now you can go ahead and install your tree. So taking a craft knife, I cut into the base, making an insertion where I can put the tree. I check it by dry fitting it, and once I'm happy with the placement and how it sits, I grab my hot glue, run some hot glue into the hole, and insert the tree. And that's really all there is to it. As always, after the rest of the work is done on the terrain piece, I get out my matte varnish and I apply a couple coats over the tree and the whole base. And now the project is finished. Though these trees are simple to make, they look pretty good on the gaming table and will provide the proper backdrop against which to set up your scenery or your dioramas and to do some wargaming. That's it for this episode. I hope you liked watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. Miniature Landscape Hobbies is growing. Please stay tuned for new content twice weekly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are your source for regular model building, miniature painting, and diorama content. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do, and press the bell button to receive immediate notification so you do not miss out. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember to keep building life in miniature.